Hello all you joy bringers, joy seekers and joy creators. I want to wish you a very merry, joyful, peaceful, loving yourself Christmas and New Year. It's so special to be able to make this recording all dressed up in my glad rags with my gorgeous real tree and my man filming it when last year I was here on my own, as many of you would have been on your own. And for those of you who are still on your own this year, then I really wanted to share top 3 things that really helped me last year in my making peace with my aloneness. And those were, number 1, doing more of what I loved. And believe it or not, I found that I loved cooking. Natural, organic, gorgeous, natural food, and I cooked 3 times a day, and I can't tell you the joy that it gave me. And this year I'm doing Scottish Opera's breath cycle to increase lung capacity, and I've realised that I love creating and songwriting. And one of the things that I used to do when I was managing to wash the dishes was to look in a wee mirror called Old Friends, and I would hi-fi and very good at it, and just very good yeah in the mirror, and smile and remind myself of my small successes that I was making in my healing. And I think that that is just so important for all of us, to remember the small wins, the tiny wee wins, and celebrate ourselves and make it public, you know. Shout about it. I'm with an American, I know all about shouting about things. Scottish people, you know, we've got a wee bit of the, we don't like to shout about ourselves too much, but it's healthier and we're happier. And here's a wee fun fact for you about that. Do you know that Wall Street Journal 2011 were able to predict who was going to be the winning team for the NBA teams? They were able to predict that. How were they able to predict that? They were able to predict who was going to be the winning teams by counting how many fist bumps, high fives and bottom slaps there was in the pre-season. Guess what? Those teams that had the most fist bumps, high fives and bottom slaps, well, they had the most wins, and those that had the least, as in those teams that didn't celebrate themselves, they fared the worst. So I'm not suggesting you go about bottom slapping, definitely not. But I am suggesting that we celebrate our wee wins. And I was so lucky working with Gareth Williams and Martin O'Connor to create a song round about the wee wins that I made that I really would love to share with you. So doing what you love, number 1. Number 2, get outside. See the early mornings that I woke up and walked to that wee park, and the amount of robins that I saw. It was so magical. There's just something really gorgeous about getting up and realising that the day is a gift. And as my papa used to say, you woke up, that's a gift. And when you get up in the morning, then and do a wee walk, that's just so good for the soul. And thirdly, keep your routine. I know it's Christmas and New Year, but if you're on your own, then keeping a routine gives you confidence. It gives you some sort of sense and meaning. It creates meaning around your days, and there's so much scientific research about that. But get to bed before 10, get up early, have your meals at the same time, and of course make sure that you keep in touch with loved ones, and most importantly know that a lot of people are on their own just now. That helps too, doesn't it? We're all in this together. And I'll just leave you with the words of somebody who knew a fair wee bit about suffering and aloneness, and that was Anne Frank. And she said, I don't think of all the misery that's out there, but of the beauty that still remains. Merry Christmas, everybody.